A new house, a comfortable dwelling, with low heating costs and good sound insulation. A house built using a new method, but with a traditional material, gypsum. Building with gypsum is building with blocks, a new way of building, which Bredero has developed carefully and has applied for a worldwide patent. We offer the complete package, from measuring the buildings, manufacturing and supplying the blocks, and building the walls. Consequently, it will be apparent that our system is both flexible and simple. For example, it is possible to build a load-bearing wall off the finished floor. This offers several advantages. One is the possibility to use a marking line. Therefore, no lines and profiles are required. Building on an existing floor is rather unusual. Normally, walls are built off unfinished floors. With a Gibbo system, it makes no difference, because our blocks can be bedded on cement mortar. The work is completed without profiles, and only the first course is laid using a line. Here also, the measuring will be our responsibility. When building on a finished floor, it is sometimes necessary to lay the blocks using wedges, because not every floor is perfectly flat. Blocks can be sawn easily. That is why we do not make separate corner blocks and matching pieces. Everything will be cut to fit on site. This is also easier because it offers a greater freedom and adaptability as the work proceeds. The partition walls in dwellings using this system are 300 millimeters thick. For the gable walls, we make a thinner block with a thickness of 200 millimeters. These are constructed in the same way as the thicker blocks, with one difference. Wall ties are built in as the work proceeds. Bredero has developed special stainless steel wall ties, which are driven home with a hammer, and the holes filled with a special gypsum filler. An extremely simple construction, which satisfies all requirements. The cavity in the load-bearing wall will be filled with concrete at a later stage of the work. This is how the wall derives its load-bearing capacity. But even before and during the filling, the wall must be capable of load-bearing. Laboratory tests have been carried out using unfilled walls. These are placed in a press and loaded to capacity. It was proved that our block walls have a high load-bearing capacity even when unfilled with concrete. Building with gypsum provides rapid production on site because the blocks are very stable. Even without lines and profiles, the walls are completely straight and smooth. The blocks are jointed with a special gypsum bonding agent in order to get a good adhesion and mainly to prevent sound transmission. The surplus bonding material is regularly removed as the work proceeds. This gives a new advantage for this type of wall. It is so smooth that it can be tiled or papered without having to be plastered. Building with gypsum is building without a crane on site. Generally, walls are 5 courses high. That is 2.50 meters, so that the top course can be laid without the need for scaffolding. Once a gypsum block wall is built, it may get soaked by rain several times before the building is weatherproof. That does not present a problem because due to its special properties, the gibo dries even in high humidity conditions. Moreover, the blocks are made water repellent using our special treatment. The effect of this can clearly be seen during the laboratory demonstration shown in this film. The right block is normal gypsum. The left block is treated gypsum. When water is poured onto the untreated block, it is absorbed within seconds. The same amount of water poured onto the treated block will stay on the surface until the block is lifted up. We have, of course, also determined the waterproof capacity of the treated gypsum on a more scientific base. In a small wind tunnel, test water jets were sprayed onto a treated block. After several minutes, we took the block out of the test position in order to ascertain the moisture absorption by comparing the weight of the wet block with the weight of a dry one. The results of every test proved that the amount of absorption was very small. The cavity blocks are filled with concrete. That is how the wall gets its strength and stability. Wet concrete is used in order to fill the wall completely. Additional compaction is achieved by adding a plasticizer to the normal concrete shortly before the pouring. The effects have been examined thoroughly. The plasticizer appears to have no adverse effect to the setting or the strength of the concrete. During the tests, the required plasticity was always readily achieved. Bradero provides the total package. We not only deliver the blocks, but also build the walls, including the concrete fill. Therefore, we also supply and arrange for pouring the concrete. When developing this building method, we gave considerable attention to the concrete fill of the walls. Many random tests were made which show that complete filling of the cavities was achieved. At Bradero's central laboratory, we have built a house using Gibbo blocks for test purposes. We have removed part of the gypsum blocks from a load-bearing wall. It showed a concrete pillar in perfect condition. As soon as the concrete is sufficiently set, the floor can be laid. The builder has a free choice of floor finishes. Because our building system is an open system, it can be combined with all other types of building materials.
Oké, ik reken op je. De 17e. Oké.
Whoever chooses to build with Gibbo can rely on Bradero. We will take a lot of the problems off the builder's shoulders. We will provide all walls for a fixed price. Bradero also works quickly, so we are generally ahead of the building program. When building the inner cavity walls, we can also include the fixing of the window frames. For this, Bradero always uses special brackets. Alternatively, the builder is free to fix the window frames himself, according to whichever method he prefers. The blocks for the inner cavity wall are solid and 100 millimeters thick. They can be placed on cement mortar or on the finished floor, and they are waterproof, which means resistant against heavy showers of rain. Gibbo walls can be used with all other materials and other building systems. Therefore, Bradero can build these inner cavity walls separately in conjunction with other systems, such as in situ concrete. The sawing and finishing work of the blocks, which have to be built up round the window frames, is carefully carried out. In doing so, we ensure that the arrises will be square and smooth. As soon as we have completed our walls, all usual types of finishing methods can be used. With our system, we do not set restrictions on the architect or builder. We even go so far as to say that Bradero is able to offer a lot of advantages while building with Gibbo blocks. The specification is simple. With our system, it is also possible to build a house using only natural materials: gypsum, rock wool, cement, bricks, and wood. Another benefit of our system is that we can create wider cavities. In our laboratory, we have built a mock-up with a cavity of 50 millimeters combined with 100 millimeters of rock wool insulation material. Application of a similar facade would make a considerable saving of the heating costs possible. From the technical aspect, there are no problems with this type of construction.
Hoeveel?
49.
When building a roof, it is an added advantage that our blocks can be easily sawn. Thus, every roof shape can be produced quickly and easily. In building a roof, allowance can be made for purlins or trusses. The construction is very simple. Holes are sawn to receive all joists, etc. After fixing, the walls can be filled with concrete, and at the same time, the pad stones will be formed. With our building method, there are no jointing problems in connection to the walls around the staircase well. The walls are straight and smooth. All these advantages of building with Gibbo blocks seem quite unbelievable. However, they do provide speed, freedom, and a good finish. With the blocks, it's also easy to lay pipes, conduits, and cables. Similarly, it's easy to tile straight onto the blocks. We build our walls ready to paper or paint. Building with gypsum is knowing where you stand. Bredero delivers all blocks ready to build for a fixed price and will be pleased to advise builders and architects during preparation of drawings or pricing and programming work.
Die zou ik graag willen vervangen door het vulblok, de GH 300. En als we dan op een gegeven moment dat zaakjes in zouden vullen, dan zou ik zeggen...
Ja, voor het systeem. Dan zal ik dat meteen eventjes op gaan zetten.
Ja.
Welke wanden en welke blokken daarvoor gebruikt moeten worden.
Dat is dus de GH 300. Daar bedoelen wij mee Gibbo gehydrofobeerd 30 centimeter. Ja.
En dan voor de binnenspouwbladen.
En voor de binnenspouwbladen nemen we dan een ander kleurtje. En dan gebruiken we de GH 100. Gehydrofobeerd 10, hè.
Every type of dwelling can be built with Gibbo blocks, whatever its design. We deliver and build the walls, leaving them smooth and suitable for a spray finish which Bradero can offer, or for wallpaper or tiles by others. The blocks can be cut to any shape, so they are ideal for alterations and refurbishment work, as well as new buildings. Bradero has every reason to be pleased with this product and to apply for a patent. Time and again, it is apparent that there are many advantages of living in a house built of Gibbo blocks. The heat insulation provides comfortable living. Further, Gibbo provides a good moisture regulator, thanks to the low humidity balance achieved. These Gibbo blocks also have very good acoustic properties. Measurements have proved this. How a room sounds is important, but even more important is having no sound transmission to annoy neighbors. This has also been measured. During the tests, the noise was provided in one house and the microphone placed in the adjoining one. Thanks to the high density of the blocks, they meet the highest demands. So anyone who lives in a Gibbo house will only hear music when he wants to. Bradero is a reliable partner with a quality product, with experts in their field and lots of experience. So people who build with Gibbo provide high-quality dwellings for people to live in.